thank you so much for joining us again today for another one of
M&M Shenanigans.
So today we actually have the pleasure of having my brother here. He actually lives in Georgia, I'm in Texas, so we don't normally get to spend a whole lot of time together. He was doing some work recently nearby, so he actually stopped by for a few days. Today we're finally going to be bottling the wine. I'm so ready for this, so tired of waiting. I'm just ready to try some, and that's what we're going to be doing today as well. So my wife's actually behind the camera, but we have a few things set up here. Go ahead and lower the camera, babe. So we do have our sanitizing bucket down here. We have something called a bottle tree, which is literally meant to let the bottles drip dry. And then off over here to your right is going to be our wine that we're going to be bottling in just a minute. The main things you're going to need right now is going to just be like a bucket with sanitizer in it, the bottles, the carboy with the liquid, and you are going to need your corks in sanitizing solution, as well as the auto siphon, the hose, and the bottle wand. So we have a few things. I'm going to start getting everything sanitized from here. My wife's already started sanitizing the bottles down there, as you saw. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You may not hear us talking a lot because we're just going through the process of getting everything done. I will try and explain anything that needs to be explained while we're doing it, but we are going to lower the camera down here so you can actually watch what happens. Okay? Alright, so for everybody watching, what I did was I went ahead and got a spray bottle, filled it with the sanitizing solution, so that way, instead of having to like pour it down on the table, you can just spray it down. That way I sanitize this surface as well. So once I'm done sanitizing these, I can just lay them there without fear of contamination. Alright. Now I'm going to do this in a very bad way. We won't show that part. I would suggest not to use your mouth for this purpose, but I'm using it to pull the liquid into the tube. Just make sure that if you do use this method, to sanitize the end that your mouth was when you're finished.
That's fine.
I was gonna watch it. I'm just going to make sure to I'm just trying to stop it for a second.
Oh, that's the thief, right?
Yeah. Well, no, this is the siphon.
Oh,
This is the auto siphon. This is the other part of it. I need to drop this whole thing in there, so.
bless you. Thank you. Uh-oh, I think you just coughed.
Because I was inhaling air that had been stagnating in this. Alright, so I've now got my auto siphon in separate pieces sanitized. I'm going to put this back in here, and you have your auto siphon, which is just from here down, and then you have your siphon hose, which is about 4 or 5 feet. This is going to go into the carboy. Now, the other part about this, I'm going to have to attach the bottling wand to the other end of this auto siphon, or the siphon hose. So, I'm just going to lay that down right there. Get this in here. It's going to be a nice tight fit, so you don't have to work with it for a little bit. Alright. So, I'm now going to put this in here. It's not working very well. No, that's fine. Okay.
Jen, let me get rid of this here. Huh?
Let me get rid of it.
Okay.
Alright, so you have our bottles. You're going to take your wand, you stick it into the bottom. Now this has a little lever to release the pressure of the air and the liquid as it's coming through. So by pushing this into the bottom of the bottle, you're going to sit there and you're going to see the liquid start to go through it. But you have to actually push it down so it starts coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. going. Now, the way this is going to work, you're going to actually wait for it to get almost to the very top, because as you pull the bottle wand out, it is going to the bottle wand's displacing some of the liquid that's in it. I cannot see where that liquid is. This is going to be fun. Brushing the red bottle. Put it on the other side. Perfect. Alright. So as you pull that out, it's going to leave the liquid right about there. So now, I'm going to hand this off to my brother, who's going to cork it.
Attempt to cork it.
You better cork it. Go ahead and take that. Yeah, you literally just keep doing that. Alright, so we're done. Woo. We've bottled 30 bottles of wine. We actually ended up getting about up to here with the next bottle, and some that I was actually going to test and I realized I didn't need to. So it's going to be a lot for drinking.
We ran out of corks though, so it made a little more than we anticipated. But I'm sure if we just down a bottle of wine tonight, we can just take the cork from there. So we'll be fine.
Alright, anyways, it's pretty straightforward, the bottling process. If you already have been using this process to rack it, using the auto siphon, you're going to be able to bottle it. Just make sure to attach the bottling wand. What I did was I pushed down the lever as I pushed down on the siphon to allow the air to come out, allowing the auto siphon to actually start. At that point, you can put it into the bottle and start bottling.
They got their workout corking. That was a little harder than we expected. That we got the corker that has rubber to hold down the bottle, but that was still kind of hard to do. So they told us at the brew store that these little rubber tips would help with everything. I don't know.
They did. They did. Just not as good as I would like it to.
It helped hold the bottle in place, but it didn't help with actually getting the cork into it.
Yes, there were no spitballs.
It was definitely a bit of a struggle. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to put a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have anything you want to say to us, you can either say it on our video or you can even go to our Facebook page, which I'll put a link in the description below. We'd love to see you there. Answer any questions you have. Have a great day.
Bye.
Share it with your friends.